A Robbinsdale City Council member faces charges of driving while drunk and fleeing a police officer. The charges are against Tyler Klein, who is in his first term representing Ward 1 in Robbinsdale. The criminal complaint says officers tried to stop Klein after he was spotted driving the wrong way down Highway 100. The complaint says his blood alcohol content was twice the legal limit.
I know he's a great guy, and I'm shocked that he would be accused of something like this, and I felt sad for our city, and I felt sad for his family, and I know that we have to keep our communities safe, so I had conflicted feelings.
We also asked Robbinsdale Mayor Bill Blonigan about what happens next for Klein as a city council member.
If he wants to change the status of his election as a council member, that's totally up to him, and it's totally between him and the voters, just like I've always maintained with regard to any other public official.
One more note, the criminal complaint listed the address for Klein to be in Plymouth. Blonigan said he's more than 99% sure Klein lives in Robbinsdale's Ward 1, and the address on the complaint could be listed as a mistake. We also reached out to Tyler Klein, and by news time, we hadn't heard anything back. Brooklyn Center will launch a national search for a permanent police chief. The city is partnering with a consulting firm based in North Oaks, DRI Consulting, to assist in the search. According to the city, this firm has advised public safety agencies for decades. In a statement, the city is seeking a, quote, strong transformational leader with an equity-focused lens and a clear vision for positive public safety change. The city anticipates selecting a new chief by late spring. A local crime prevention group will be a permanent fixture at a hotspot in Brooklyn Park. Last summer, Minnesota Acts Now teamed up with the city to help curb violence at 63rd and Zane. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us how the nonprofit is expanding its services.
All right.
You can't miss the bright orange shirts. Volunteers with Minnesota Acts Now have been patrolling 63rd and Zane since the summer when violence erupted. Bullet holes pierced the windows of businesses, and criminals sold drugs in the parking lot.
I was scared for my customers. Not everybody's trying to raise hell around here. Some people are trying to raise families.
Chad Elliott is a cashier at Park Liquor Outlet and says things have changed for the better since the crime prevention group started patrolling the area.
I've been here about 5 years, and this is the best it's been in the entire 5 years.
Hi. Elliott is glad Minnesota Acts Now will be a staple in the area. The group is in the process of moving its headquarters to the new space at 6301 Zane Avenue.
We purchased that building in December.
Bishop Harding Smith says the group will be able to keep a closer eye on what's going on at the troubled spot.
We had a lot of issues. We had a lot of need for help. We had a lot of kids that needed directions. We had a lot of calls in that area.
Harding Smith says they are planning on building a youth center where young people can come to get job skills.
We trying to divert the minds of the young, of these kids, from crime to instilling in them values.
The group needs to raise about $150,000 to get the construction going.
We are hoping to start the construction within the next 3 to 4 months.
Meanwhile, local businesses in the area say they are glad the group is here to stay.
Now that I don't have to worry about so much about what's going on outside, I can concentrate on what's going on in here. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Yeah. All right.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Major changes are coming to a park along the Mississippi River. The Three Rivers Park District says it's the largest redevelopment project it has ever undertaken. Corey Borg shows us what to expect.
We just crossed another checkpoint in the process of developing this wonderful amenity.
Along the Mississippi River in Brooklyn Park, you have a front row seat to nature. Now, that seat is about to undergo a transformation. Mississippi Gateway Regional Park will get new amenities that aim to take full advantage of all nature has to offer. A development plan proposes to build a gateway center, offering space for classes, gatherings, and views overlooking the river. It's complete with a butterfly roof, able to capture rainwater and give a nod to one of the nation's premier birding routes. A treetop trail, 900 feet in length, and situated 10 to 25 feet above ground, is also part of the plan. And there's many play areas for kids, including an interactive water feature called Mini Mississippi. Park officials say they received community feedback for the design.
I'm really proud of it, and I hope that you are too, and I hope that it meets your expectations.
I really, really love the nature play aspect of this park, just kind of taking advantage of what's already there and making it such a huge amenity.
Once completed, officials believe it will become a new nature destination.
It'll be a park that is definitely one of our jewels of our system and of our region.
Corey Bork, CCX News.
The city of Brooklyn Park partnered with the Three Rivers Park District on the project, which has a $30 million budget. The city will chip in $4.5 million, while the state will provide $5 million in bonding funds. Construction is currently scheduled to begin in the spring of 2023. A nonprofit advocating for the mental health of student athletes brought its message to Osseo on Tuesday night. Sophies Squad was founded in 2021, and it's named for a Sartell teenager and hockey player who committed suicide. On Tuesday, the group hosted its Hockey Hits Back event at Osseo Arena.
Kids are always talking about how something physically hurts their knee or their wrist, and we're trying to teach them that your head or your heart can hurt too. And when you're going through some of that, it's good to just talk to someone and talk to anyone.
Right now, Sophies Squad is running fundraisers and events at hockey games in the metro. You can find out more about it at sophiesquad.org.
The Champlin Park boys basketball team was looking to break a 3-game losing streak Tuesday when they met a Maple Grove team that came in with a 6-1 Northwest Suburban Conference record. First of 2 regular season meetings between the Rebels and the Crimson. To the highlights, Ethan Lucandua with a hot hand early for Champlin Park, hitting a 3-pointer. Nice drive to the basket by Maple Grove's Raul Videa. He dishes off to Lincoln Palbicki, who dunks in 2 of his season-high 18 points. Matthew Hosman was on target from long range. The Maple Grove senior with 4 first-half threes. He scores 15 points in the game. Champlin Park's Iotaki takes it at the Crimson and scores in his drive. It's a 1-point game at halftime. This one would stay close the rest of the way. Maple Grove's John Hawkinson with a 3-pointer. That ties the game at 47. The Crimson led by 3 with under a minute to play when Lucandua gets a steal and takes it all the way for 2 plus a foul. And the Rebels force overtime. It's tied at 64. In OT, a big offensive rebound for the Rebels, Lanpo Zua. He passes out to Luke Graff, who fakes and then banks in a 3-pointer. Graff scores 14 points in the game as Champlin Park beats Maple Grove 76-72. 2 of the top teams in Skyline Conference boys basketball meeting as Marnatha Christian Academy hosted Concordia Academy. Jeremiah Lavelle hits a 3 from the corner for the Mustangs, tying the game at 12 on a big night for the MCA senior. A.J. Green with a strong drive for a lay-in, and Concordia Academy leads by 9 at halftime. Early second half, and the Beacons increase that lead. Lorenzo Levy drains a 3-pointer on his way to a 34-point night. Concordia leads by 12. Back comes Marnatha. Bailey McDonald from the corner hits a big 3 as the Mustangs chip away. Then it's Lavelle with a defensive rebound, and he takes it coast to coast for the layup. Lavelle nets 27 points in the game. Marnatha down just 1. McDonald puts his team in the lead with another 3-pointer. The junior scores 25 points in the game. It's 64-61. Marnatha goes on to win 78-71. The Mustangs are now 7-0 in the Skyline Conference and 12-3 overall. The Winter Olympic Games start next week. 2 Plymouth natives will skate for the U.S. women's hockey team for a second time. As Jay Wilcox reports, the group got a nice send-off as they departed Minnesota to head to China.
After months of preparation, it was time to get on the bus. The first leg of a journey to Beijing for the Winter Olympics for Plymouth natives Kelly Panic and Danny Cameronisi and their teammates on the USA Olympic women's hockey team. Friends, family, and kids from a nearby school cheered the team on as they left Blaine.
Yeah, it's super exciting to get to see them and get to cheer them off as they're going to compete for another gold.
Oh, this is so special. We've been waiting for this for so long, and with how the COVID and everything, we're so happy that they're able to go to play and hopefully come home with the gold.
It's a little different not getting to be there this time, but we'll certainly celebrate just as big and cheer them on just as hard from Minnesota instead of from there live.
USA is actually, we get to go to Utah and then spend some time with all the parents out in Utah and do some fun things and see, Park City and watch them on big screen TV. So it'll be really fun. Oh, it's always nerve-wracking, especially when you play Canada. But it's fun. It's, watching your kids out there doing their dreams. It's a great time.
The team has called the National Sports Center Super Rink complex home while training together for the games. It's the second straight Olympic appearance for former Gophers Panic, who played for Benilde St. Margaret's, and Cameron Easy, a high school star at Blake. The pandemic means a different experience this time around, but the quest to earn another gold medal stays the same. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jay. And that's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson.